So the Concept OK Focus exhibit is going to be 4 artists from Oklahoma and then 4 artistic projects from Kansas City area artists. The curator for this area, Liza Staton, really met with a lot of artists to try to figure out who would be best together for this first Focus exhibition. She toured 11 studios in Oklahoma, she toured 10 studios in Kansas City before she chose the projects, and she really was interested in what are those intersections between their ideas? Are there materials, are there different approaches that could have some kind of connection? And she ended up feeling like everything was pretty fluid in the way the artists were approaching their work, but that there was almost a network, a map that connected the different projects. And so even though we have sculpture, we have, multimedia constructions, we have video, that there's some connection between their ideas.
So in school I was experimenting with lots of different mediums. And then I kind of fell into video, but not the type of video work I'm doing now, but more kind of animation and digital video and that. And then I finally came to a point where nothing was really satisfying me at all, so that's when I started to put myself in front of the camera, and then that was satisfying. So I kind of continued to do that. Video seems very direct to me, and it seems like it's very close to reality. It's not reality, but it's one of the mediums that is, can get as very close to reality, and I like how close to reality it can be.
A lot of his work is simple in its means, in the fact that he is in front of the camera, performing in front of the camera. He's the subject of the camera's eye, and he's the object that is, sort of acted upon in some ways. But what he's communicating very much about emotions and kind of mindsets of the human condition, and that type of expression is sometimes hard to convey without it being hokey, and he does that very well in a lot of his videos, which again are quite short and, like I said, sort of simple in their construction.
Most of my work basically deals with mental activities that I go through, and the small moments that I find that are hard to deal with or hard to get past, and I kind of take that small moment and think about it more, and kind of create a concept or an idea of what I want to display in my video.
The work that is in the show is specific. I did ask for this particular piece called "Don't Think About It," and it's 3 monitors with his head saying this mantra, this internal mantra we all say to ourselves: "Don't think about it, don't think about it." And it's a very short piece in the sense that it is only a couple of minutes, but it's looped and it's incessant, and it becomes the things that we do think about. We're always trying to kind of excise our anxieties and stresses, and he sort of externalizes that and visualizes that for us. So in a way, it's sort of like a very helpful piece, because you look at it and you may not understand it at first, but what he's telling you is a very human reaction to common things in life.
These moments that I find, I want them to be universal. But when I look at it, it is personal to me. But that's not necessary for a viewer to understand, why it's personal to me, I guess. The first kind of videos I did, they were all single channel, just one video, whereas now I'm making some that are multi-channel. But those videos, some of them are kind of intimate. I'm either very close to the camera and the camera doesn't move, and you really have to focus on what I'm doing, because there's nothing else to focus on. And they're very minimal. Most of the times the backgrounds are, white or nothing else, So that minimal quality is important, because it makes you focus.